and your company have written a lot about the importance of threat-informed defense. You even published MITRE ATT&CK for Dummies, which you graciously invited me to write the foreword to. What does threat-informed defense mean to your customers?
Yeah, great question. And look, this wouldn't be a cybersecurity discussion if we didn't quote Sun Tzu, right? And if you know the enemy and you know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself but not the enemy, for every victory gained, you will also suffer a defeat. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. Threat-informed defense is just that, threat-informed. We believe strongly that it represents a transformational opportunity for organizations to take a look at how they're making decisions and make better alignment of organizational resources in order to affect better outcomes for their security programs.
We've done a number of adversary emulation projects in the center, and we have more underway. Well, first of all, what is adversary emulation in your mind?
Yeah, when I think about adversary emulation, Rich, I think about organizations and they have to train how they fight on their own network and not just in a cyber range. And without this training and preparation, they're not going to be able to be prepared for when a real fight happens. When you think about FIN6, which is one of the adversary emulation plans that was recently released, which is a cybercrime entity that's been very, very active this past year. Organizations are buying and spending a lot of resources on cyber defenses. Wouldn't they want to be able to ask the very simple question, can we detect or block FIN6 in this particular example, right?
So you quoted Sun Tzu. I'm going to quote, I can't actually remember what boxer said it, but a boxer said, everyone has a plan until they're punched in the face. So essentially what it sounds like you're advocating is organizations punch themselves in the face before the adversaries do to see how well prepared they are?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, you buy these things and you train these people and you create the processes in order to be able to prevent the adversary from causing, some sort of disruption in your business. And so this is really, if you think about it, this is an important part of a continuity of operations plan, your ability to exercise your people, process, and technology against, the type of adversaries that may be at risk for your business.
Here's the scene. You and I are standing in an elevator. We're the only two people in the elevator. Get to a floor, door opens, ding, in walks the CISO of a Fortune 100 company. And she presses the button for a floor it's going to take us about 30 seconds to get to. What is it in those 30 seconds you say to her about threat-informed defense and why she and her organization should care about it?
I think what I would say to this individual is that no matter how much money people are spending year over year, we're continuing to see a massive escalation in the number of breaches, which means fundamentally we're doing something wrong. And this requires some transformational change in how we're doing security, and that there's this thing called threat-informed defense that represents that change. An example of that, if I gave one, would be this migration from red teaming to purple teaming, which is an organizational construct to help organizations better understand their effectiveness from a threat-based perspective.
Ding, doors open, she leaves, in walks in the director of her security operations center. What's the thing you ask or suggest that they start doing now in order to really start to take advantage of threat-informed defense? What's the first thing they should do?
Well, I like to give an example in this case. So let's say in this particular situation that this individual works at a company that has a competitor, and that competitor was on the front page of the Wall Street News for some recent breach that just happened. And in this particular scenario, the board of directors asked the CEO, who asked the CISO, who asked this individual, hey, that horrible thing just happened to one of our competitors. Are we okay? Can they answer that question? How long does it take them to answer that question? If at the operations level, they've executed threat-informed defense, they're going to have, it's going to be just a matter of time and simplicity for them to be able to answer that question.
Carl, let's do this again, but next time in person.
Great. Thank you, Rich. Appreciate your time today.